All right, so I know for a fact I cannot be the only one experiencing deja vu with Marvel Rivals Season 6. So far, despite how much I'm enjoying Deadpool, I have this overwhelming sense of familiarity because it feels like nothing has changed. And it feels that way because nothing has changed. All that and more. But first,
gave opinions, wasn't needed. Came clutch with a buzzer beater. Beast feast and he eats the beat. Whatever's left, let the buzzers eat it. Quick with it, clean record. Mayweather, undefeated. He came and he saw and he conquered. I got a slay at the concert. You know the story, the tortoise in here. You want the glory, your nose in the air. I couldn't care less about your money, phone, and your pair of shoes and your side hose.
what's good, YouTube? Big Unk Chaos, and I'm here to give you all my honest thoughts and opinions on Marvel Rivals Season 6. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button today. Not that like button, that subscribe button. It tells me that you guys appreciate this content. And also, if you could hype the video, it's a little segment on the right-hand side, pushes it further and helps YouTube know that you guys enjoy this. Now, there are mainly 3 reasons why I have an issue with Season 6 of Marvel Rivals. And it has nothing to do with the fact that Deadpool is all 3 characters. I am personally fine with that. I think the character's cool. I think he's great and fun. As you can see my gameplay in here, I'm putting belt to ass on these Y-ends with my my Glocks. I have it in my Rari. However, I can't help but noticing that this season feels exactly like the previous ones in almost every way. And here's why. Deadpool has perpetuated the triple support path. And that's because his support character, in my opinion, is much better than his DPS variant. And I think the tank version is superior to the duelist one as well. I genuinely believe it's the worst one. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, why is that a problem? Are you somehow a duelist simp now? Chaos, what's going on, Unk? No, not at all. However, I'm a consistent OG. What that means is if something doesn't make sense now, it probably won't make too much sense later, unless there's some nuance here. Having a Deadpool that's strong enough to do more damage as a strategist than his DPS form is the first instance where I will actually say that the duelists are making a valid point and that a strategist should not outpace damage their duelist variants. And it's not even just the damage, it's his survivability, the rate of his ult returning. I will say that his ult does do more damage specifically in the duelist form. The tank form does the least when it comes to the banhammer, and the strategist does the middle. But that just means as a strategist, you get, relative damage. You also have the capability of healing yourself and others. I mean, you really miss out on nothing. The only difference is going to be the way you fight. You're going to use maybe a little bit more of your bullets, a little bit more of your swords, who knows? Me in general, I think this is bad because everyone and their mom hated triple support, I thought that was the whole thing, we didn't like it. Triple support was bad, but now it's okay if Deadpool does it because he's a nuanced character. You even see these mainstream tubers now. They're actually going out of their way picking Daredevil just to go triple support. NetEase hasn't gotten rid of that. And I know a lot of you are dissatisfied with triple support as a mechanic and triple support as a whole. So if it's not gone, what other changes has there been? What newness has been brought to the game? Okay, well, let's talk about some other areas. Tanks. I'm sorry, those Hulk buffs are not enough. Yes, he's no longer crowd control, susceptible. That's nice. He's in that regard, he's just Thing for a little bit. Better than that. He's Groot when Groot has his wall. What does that really do for anything? Sure, he's got some invincibility, but that's not at all times. Hulk should be like an actual tank. He should be somebody who's tough to kill. He should be one of the hardest characters to kill. He has a healing factor. He has vertical leaps, horizontal hops. Me personally, I think that he should be one of the toughest characters with the most health in the game. I do think he should have more health than someone like Groot. He should be tougher to move than a Groot. Regardless of all of that though, I think that there's another element that got ignored. Dive. And by ignored, I mean kind of screwed over. Dive is dead. Poke is king. Mark my words. You guys may not hear me now, but Dive is dead. Poke is king. I'll say it again. Dive is dead. Poke is king. What do I mean by that? Hela. Phoenix. I mean, to some degrees, you can even, point out other characters. Who else we got in here? I mean, I don't know if Iron Man would be considered a poke, but I mean, heck, Namor is definitely not a brawler or a diver. They're all strong. In fact, they got, in Namor's regard, in Namor's case, he got stronger. Where does that make sense? Where does it ever make sense to put Dive basically in the back corner, just to let Poke do what they need to do. The whole point of the rock, paper, scissors matchup between Brawl, Poke, and Dive was so that everyone had a matchup that they could win. Well, that's not the case now, because your Poke characters, your Hella can 2-tap your BP at the front. Your Hella can get Spider-Man. They've been practicing. You're not getting away, buddy. They can get your Star-Lords, your Magics, your whatevers, all of them. And there's nothing they can do about it. There's absolutely nothing they can do about it. It's almost as if NetEase is saying that, hey, we get it. Nobody likes diving. That Black Panther, whatchamacallit? No, it was a Black Panther clip. I remember it now. Yeah, I remember it now. It was a Black Panther clip where he killed that cloak. Ever since then, Dive has been getting screwed, totally pegged. No Diddy, no Drizzy, but fried. It does not make sense to me to have a game with 3 different archetypes and just shit on one, even if it's the one I enjoy the least. Look, Dive is you go in, you get hit, you run, kind of pussy to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Granted, there are some Dive characters I play. I don't really play them like Dive, but I do play Dive characters. So with that said, I personally, as someone who does not want the game to, just be Hella, Iron Man, Namor, Moon Knight, Squirrel Girl, I decided, all right, maybe let's say something about it. Let's call it the Dookie, call it for what it is. Because if you really think about it, the only thing that they've changed this season that stopped a lot of your issues, to go back to all of this, was they added Deadpool. They nerfed Gambit's damage, I guess. Is that really the issue of the triple support? His damage? They gave Sue a little bit. They gave Sue a decent nerf, which I thought was all right. They slowed down her abilities. They messed the shield up. And then they took all the Dive characters and either slashed their ankles or ignored them. And for the Poke characters, no nerfs. None. We already have a shield tank centric meta. Yet you want to tell me that the Pokes, the ones who are doing this much damage, don't need any type of modification. Hell, it still has to be able to 2-tap, right? That's still good for the game? Come on, man, get out of here. You got to use your head. It's more to the game than simply enjoying yourself. I know you guys are going to hate me for that. It's about making sure the community maintains itself. There was a game. Hold up. Nah, the chaos code word of the day is going to be Jump Force. If you type Jump Force first in the comment section, I will pin your comment. But there's a game I used to play called Jump Force. And I loved the game. It was my favorite game in the world. I used to play with all my homies. But what happened was the toxicity in the community ended it. It made it to where no one wanted to play, no one was enjoying it, and nobody participated. So because of that, the developer said, fuck it. We're done with this shit. We're done. And they decided to screw everybody over. They said, we're cutting it out. They had DLC planned out for months, for years. And instead of putting that out because of the shitty attitude of the community, they opted not to. That doesn't really make too much sense to me. Doesn't really make much sense at all. That said, I get what it's like to put effort into something and see no value in it. Imagine working your ass off for this game just for the same shitters to just shit on it still. For the same people to hop on and give you 1-star reviews. For the same people who begged for this game to drop it the second their character didn't get a buff they like, or there was a nerf they did. Say what you will about me and Rivals. I'm in this bitch. I was on the outside looking in, but I'm still in this bitch. I'm here. And I'm a part of the community. That's what I can say that more than most people. We've lost quite a few, y'all. So what are the solutions here? NetEase, I know I'm not some corporate shill. I know you niggas don't like me. I know I'm a bastard. I am. It's true. But I'm right. If by the time season 6.5 drops, you have not made modifications to the player base, which currently is sitting at 29,000 at the recording of this video on a Saturday at 6 p.m. my time. The player base on Steam is sitting at 29,000. We just launched the biggest fucking character in Marvel IP right now, at least the hottest one. If you don't fix this, our game will die. Some ways to fix it. Put everyone at a lower tier of damage. Cut all their damage, their healing, all of it. Cut it in half. Cut it into a third. Shit, it's so oppressive right now. People are not enjoying the game. And I know I sound like a hater. It's like, what do you guys want? What do you want from them? I want better, damn it. We don't need a new character to placate our woes and fears. We don't need, shout out to Guang Guang. He a real one. I like him a lot. But we don't need goofy memes and CGI Deadpools going in there making fun of people complaining about triple support if you're not even going to do anything about it. Because they didn't. Think of this objectively. Go to your matches and ask yourself, wow, did Gambit go away or did he just get replaced with Gambit Pool? Deadpool, Strategist Pool, whatever you're going to call him, Heal Pool. I'm not calling him, I'm calling him Strat Pool. Look, y'all, this ain't no crash out. I really do have hope and faith for the community. But like, we need to like really put some belt to ass on these developers and like get them to listen to us, because right now we are losing people. You can add a billion great characters, but if the player base is not enjoying themselves, no one's going to play your game. Damn. All right, anyways, y'all, it's been real. I've been me, y'all been y'all. Be sure to check out some of my other content, the other Chaos Corners. This is episode 20. So if you like these Chaos Corners, be sure to let me know in the comment section. And also be sure to tell your auntie I said hi.